How about now? There I am. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Hence the why it took me a second to get the audio working here. But we're back. We're back for another hobby hangout. I hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday's day. I'm here ready to rock with y'all. We're gonna get some painting on the going. I think we're going to finish Swan today. And if not, we are going to come very, very close because I have a battle plan and I think y'all are going to enjoy it. So let's get some tunes going here. We'll get some paint and jams going. Who do we got in the chat here today? We got some friends. We got the usual hangouts here. Mad's Destruction, good to see you, reporting for duty. General Mad's Destruction, I score P, no such thing as too much WGNR. Here to that. Let's get rockin' and rollin'. Craig Steinhoff, Zach Posey, Sam Sandell, we got the whole gang coming in. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's been a minute, like I was saying, since we've had a hobby stream, or any stream for that matter. And we'll talk about all the updates and how everyone's health is doing and what we're doing in just a moment here. But first and foremost, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for tuning in. We are working on Swan here from the Fallout Wasteland Warfare Modifius range. I think this is session number 7, maybe, or 8 that we've been painting on this guy, and we are dang close. We basically just got sort of the details, the ropes and bases, basically, is where we're at today. Let me know what you're working on there in the chat. If you're painting something up, if you're, whatever you're doing, if you're studying for exams or whatever it is you're up to, let us know what you're doing and we can all do it together. We're gonna be painting here for about an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how far we get with Swan, because I think we're gonna get some good work done today. As mentioned, we really only have the base and sort of these upper detail bits, lots of skulls, the tree branch, ropes is pretty much it. So I've got a bit of a battle plan here. I think we're going to start with the base layers on the base, then let those dry while we're working on the other stuff, and then come in and do some details there as well. So that'll be super fun, I think. The base, we'll just knock it out super quick. Gonna do sort of a base layer and then some dry brushing. Might end up putting some tufts on there as well to sort of spark things up. I want to make it look nice, detailed base, but also not draw away too much from the big boy, right? But I think between the anchor, the swan feathers, and the base, we'll have sort of 3 nice focal points on this guy to work with. So let's get cracking. Let's get cracking on the base. Gonna start with some dark stone from the Army Painter for the concrete. And we'll go from there. So lots to talk about, Fallout-wise, channel-wise. Obviously, big news over the weekend. We got a TV show trailer, folks. We've been talking about it over in the WGNR Discord. Lots of fan theories and hype and concerns and all of the above. I myself am very excited. I've got a couple theories about what may be going down. Be curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, let me know how the levels are sounding with the music and the audio and whatnot. I can tweak as we go. What we got here, iScoreP says, done with painting for today, and now it's time for some Polish Soccer Club. I imagine that's the country, not polish. You're not like polishing something. Yeah, the accent gets lost there with that word whenever I read it. I can never tell. I'm imagining that's what it is. It could be polish. I don't know much about soccer, but I'm assuming it's the country. Oh, and Zach Posey says gym time. There you go, get them reps in. Somebody around here's got to. Lord knows it ain't me. That's what Justin's for. Who's currently in an exam right now, I believe. Everyone's sending Justin good exam vibes. Craig Steinhoff, painting terrain. Ooh, buildings for Fallout 2D20 on Sunday. Ooh, fun. Fun. What's your, remind me, I can't recall if we've discussed your campaign before. Let let me know some details down there. What your players are up to. Chemicus Maximus, excuse me, Keximus Maximus, if I'm saying that correctly, says, kinda conflicted on the TV show. Yeah, fair enough. I hope it doesn't become a BOS heavy thing later in the show. Yeah, you know, I'm curious about how they're gonna do the BOS. I've got some theories. I think, I think they're probably going to still be closer to OG Brotherhood / Fallout 4 Brotherhood rather than Fallout 3, right? Like Lions out to save the universe and stuff. I think there will be some of that maybe, but I think that'll be from the Scribe. I'm picturing like the Scribe is like, you know, wide-eyed, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, right? You know, thinking he's gonna go out and save the world and gets a good hard look at what the Brotherhood's actually all about. And maybe there's a disillusioned sort of hero sort of thing going on there. At least that's what I would like to see. I think that's a cooler story myself. But yeah, I think it'll be a little bit of a mix, right? I'm also thinking it's it looks like it's gonna be an anthology almost, or like anthology light. Like I don't think all of these characters interact with each other all the time. In fact, I would be very surprised if it wasn't until like maybe, you know, the end of season 1 where we actually see everybody meet up. I got a bit of a feeling that there's kind of multiple story arcs going along. And my favorite theory that I have is that the dog is one of these characters, and the dog will show up in everyone else's story. And like dog meat is the thing, the tie that binds. That's my hope, anyway. Yeah, curious to see what they'll do about the BOS. Vault Tech looks like there's a rage sort of experiment or something going on in there. I got theories about that too. Might involve ice cream. But yes, I'm very excited. But yes, also, you know, obviously it's a precious IP. Want to make sure it's done well and nice and given justice. So that's the Darkstone down there. For the base of the concrete. The other half of the base here, it's kind of hard to see because he's so big, is like Wasteland. So I'm just going to throw down British uniform. One of my favorite just browns. It's also what we used for his base tone, like the darkest tone of his skin. So should be a nice little tie in there. Brandon Stowe says, hey, WGNR, our painting guides for Enclave in Capital expansion booklet. Bought the entire kit of Army Painter paints, just wondering. That's a really good question. Hold on. Just on the weekend, I reorganized all of my expansion books. I can tell you right now, I believe in the Capital book there is some Enclave guides. Let's see together. Yes, BOS. Enclave. Yes. Do we have painting guides though? Oh yeah, look at that. Don't know if these were Callum's or... Yes, there's a guide for the Enclave trainee and Enclave scout. But no power armor in that one, as far as I can see. Unfortunately. But there you go. Ask and you shall receive. Just like that. Scott James says, painting a bunch of searchables. Ooh, post progress on Discord after the chat. I love that. Yes, please do. If you're not already part of our Discord, check out the links in the description down below. And head on over to the Hobby Whip section. And yeah, if you're working on anything here today, I'd love to see what progress you made. It's also a great spot if you just want to go and chat. If you're not already part of the community, get ideas for painting and stuff, show off some work. Folks will have to forgive me. My tremor is getting worse as things have gone on over the last few weeks. But so if I seem a little shaky, it's not the camera, It is in fact me, but that's okay. It's not like we're gonna be doing any fine detail work shortly. It'll be fun. We're just throwing down some base layers here with the big brush. Just get this in all the crannies and or nooks. And move over to the smaller brush. Ooh, Scott James says, I am looking forward to the show. I have no expectations and just going to enjoy what it brings. Yeah, you know, that's pretty much my attitude too. It appears that they've approached it with like reverence, which is good. Apparently the showrunner is a fan of the series. Things look good, so I'm hoping that that's a good indication. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy with what we get. I think I'm sure there's going to be some things that people go like, what? You know, new bits of canon or, you know, recanonized stuff. Little bits, I'm thinking. But if it were me, which it's not, obviously, yeah, I would have tried to leave as much stuff ambiguous as possible, right? The more you nail stuff down as gospel, the more opportunities you get to have for, you know, the Oxhorns of the world or whatnot to give their 2 cents and fucking slag off about it. So, maybe there's a little bit of ambiguity there, which I would like. Okay, looking good here now. So just getting these 2 sort of main contrasting colors just everywhere. Let them dry. And we'll come back with some dry brushing. And tufts, because who doesn't like a tuft? Easy peasy. Now, got a battle plan for how we're gonna tackle the rest of this guy too. Gonna start up here and basically go down. Gonna knock out some of these details like the skulls. I did a test skull here with some contrast paint. Knock those out super quick. You know, the tree, the metallic sort of baubles that are on his ropes, go to town. So, first and foremost, use this contrast hardened leather, which I like to use as a base for wood. And we'll go from there. Caricus Maximus says, it would be cool if we got a side story of an Enclave deserter. Ooh, a bit like Arcade Ganon's story. We need more good neutral Enclave that aren't evil for the sake of evil. Yeah, I agree with you there. To have, yeah, again, sort of the shades of gray, right? Which I think is, really, you know, it's a hallmark of the series, and I think and hope that it's, you know, been treated that way, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole point, right? Like, there are no good guys-ish. It's just, people just are. War never changes. So it'll be nice to see some variety, which is kind of why I'm hoping that, again, the Brotherhood has sort of a kind of a two-faced sort of thing going on. Okay. Good. Mad's Destruction says, excited that the plot of the show is set in California. Yes, also that. Scared that they'll tweak existing lore away from the subtle undertones. Yeah, it'll be curious, right? I mean, we haven't seen the West Coast proper since New Vegas. And even then, we didn't even see the coast. So it's been since Fallout 2. So a hot minute. interesting to see sort of how much of the boneyard we get to see as well. All curious questions. iScore P says, last time watched anything Fallout related was, the Red Star series on YouTube. Yes. And it was surprisingly good. Yeah. It is good. If you've also watched or have come across Nuka Break, which is weird. There's a bit of drama there, but it's a great YouTube series that content creator Zach, I can't remember his name, made years and years and years ago. Independent film, made in several parts. It's so good. And then they got, I think they got tied up with like another independent guy, and anyway lost the rights to it or something, and it's too bad. And then that's when Red Star happened. It's a whole thing, but it's tied into that. So check it out if you haven't. It's very good. In fact, I'm hankering to watch it again myself after the trailer came out. Skulls. Let's do skulls. For these, I'm gonna cheat super fast. Snake bite leather. I meant to buy, I think it's Screaming Skull or something like that at the local hobby shop, and I must have grabbed the wrong one. But I actually like this color a lot. So it's working. So that's what I'm going to use for Swan's skulls, of which there are aplenty in here. You see how I'm shaking there? It's not great. Here, let's do an extra point of contact. In fact, I might end up having to, throw on a glove here so I can just manhandle Swan. Because keeping my shit steady is hard. But yeah, again, thank y'all for tuning in. It's like I said, it's been a minute since we've been live at the painting stream or any stream, because, well, Raj has been sick in hospital. Justin was sick for a while, and then my dad ended up in the hospital with a heart attack. So that was fun. He's okay now, which is good. But it has led to a very stressful, I was about to say a couple of weeks, but I think it's been months now at this point. Time flies when you're not having fun, I guess. But slowly getting the mojo back. I'm sure some folks saw we put out a little post saying, we're tired, we're taking not a break, but a sort of slowdown. And then I immediately put out another video because I'm a sadist. But all that to say, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all showing up. And it's also a segue into how I got an excessive amount of surgical gloves. Because whilst visiting my father in said hospital, decided to help myself do a lot of the surgical gloves. I mean, hey, it's Canada. I somehow, some way paid for some of this through my tax dollars, so I'm entitled to several sets of rubber gloves for exactly this moment. Mainly been using them for airbrushing, but right now I could use to not fuck up my paint job. Free healthcare, it counts. Hello, Crasboo, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, so I'm just gonna grab every part of him now because I can't freaking keep myself from shaking. Snake bite. Snake bite. Well, that's what I'm using. What are the odds that happen? Sneak bite? Sneak bite leather. Doing all right. How goes the paint job? Paint job's going good. We've just knocked out a shit ton of skulls in a very quick contrast paint attack. Need to do a little bit of touching up on it though, because as mentioned, My lovely little shaky tremor has returned and gotten significantly worse. So I'm a bit of a shaky boy today. So I'm gloved up so I can just manhandle Swan and not worry too much about it. How are you, Craspu? Thank you for joining us in the stream today. Okay, those skulls are looking pretty good. Go in with some screaming skull watered down later, but we'll see. Actually, I don't know. The underbrushing is doing its job. Let's see if there's any other little scully boys that I've missed. No, I think that's all of them. It's a good start. Okay. Looks like the first layer is dry here on the base, so it's gonna throw down a very quick brown wash onto the wasteland, the dirt, deserty part of it. And then while that dries, we'll attack the metallics. Metallics, that's not a thing. Hello, Yuri Andropov, everyone's favorite ghoul. Up until this weekend, where now we have a new favorite ghoul, known as the Ghoul. Hello, Yuri, how did your test go? We were all sending you good vibes. So if you failed, it's our fault, basically. You get a free pass. You can tell your teacher, sorry, it's the stream's fault. Friendly neighborhood ghoul, just failed the nursing exam, probably. There he is. There's our guy. There's our guy. But, well, since Yuri's here now, well, what a better time to talk about this Sunday. So, Raj, as mentioned, is out of the hospital now, which is huge, amazing. You can't hear me? Why am I so quiet? I don't know. Can you hear me now? Weird having just a conversation, just the two of us with 12 other people watching. But, I don't know why I'm so quiet. I can't hear this. Yeah, re-roll one of your D20s, Yuri. Grant a luck point. Right, this Sunday. So, what's happening this Sunday? Raj is out of hospital now, which is great, but he's still recovering. He's very immobile, basically. So, all this is good news. But he's still not able to do the show, basically, for at least another episode. So, because we're coming up on Sunday, and, well, it's been a minute, we're going to, for you, audio is perfect. There you go. Raj is home now, yes. Yes, and this Sunday, conveniently, I was chatting with some folks in our Discord about doing like a series on 2D20 GMing, or just GMing in general for RPGs, which is something I've been thinking about and kind of working on in the back of my head for a while now. But because we've got an empty slot on Sunday, we're gonna fuck it and do it live. So, in what I hope will be the first of sort of many, and I think we'll do it as sort of standalone videos as well. We're gonna do kind of like Ask the Overseer. That's what we're gonna call it. Boom, just like that. Doing it live. Yeah, we're doing Ask the Overseer on Sunday. So it'll be myself and Justin, and good old Grant if he's around, to just hang out and you guys can, and gals, can come in and ask us some questions. You can send us some stuff ahead of time over in the Discord or at wgnewsradio@gmail.com. If you get your questions in early, we will endeavor to read them live on air. But if you can't get them in ahead of time, then just come on in Sunday. Not sure when we're gonna do it, but we'll have a little chit chat. Y'all can come in and ask your GMing questions that you've always wondered but are too afraid to ask. How do you come up with NPCs? What do you do with character backstories? The railroading versus open world, you name it. If you want to know about GMing or live streaming or any of those fun things, come on and hang out. It's gonna be a good time. So more on that to come. Keep your eyes on the Discord and or Instagram and the YouTube community tab, and we'll keep you posted. Should be a good time. Keep it cash. And it's definitely not a ripoff of Adventure Academy office hours. I definitely haven't been watching a lot of that lately. Y'all in the Discord know what I'm talking about. I can't not. It's just so good. Brendan Lee Mulligan is just my goddamn hero. So it should be fun. Like I say, send in your questions. Come on, hang out in the Discord. We'll get it going. It's going to be a good time. Just cleaning up and adding a couple highlights to some of these chain links here. Ones that I went a little too aggressive with the sponging for the anchor. And now, what I'm calling the baubles. I don't know what they are. I think they're probably supposed to be like floats for like these fishing nets. These little things here. You think my East Coast fisherman brain would know? But it's got to be metallic for me for some reason. Like it shouldn't be. It should probably be like a white, beige off plastic or like a colorful buoy. But something about this just, they just need to be metallic for me. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, heck yeah, Q&A, Heath. Heath, how you doing, pal? Good to see ya. Yes, Q&A on Sunday. Should be a good time. Yeah, we need, like Yuri says, we need to buy Raj a little bit of healing time. And also, as mentioned, it's something I've been wanting to do for a while now. If any of you 2D20 folks out there, I'm sure you're familiar with Three-Eyed Townies videos, which are absolutely awesome. But then they're great. But they're all mechanics, right? Mechanics of the game, which are super handy. But there hasn't been a lot, which is why I basically never bothered touching it. I was like, oh wow, well why would I make videos on the mechanics of this game when Townie's got it fucking dialed in? But there hasn't been a lot about, sort of the other stuff, creating settlements, improvising sessions, challenge, building combat encounters, all that sort of, other on the fly sort of stuff. Nobody's really talking about it. So I've been thinking about a way of doing that. And with us having a wounded warrior, we've got an open slot. So it all works out. Everybody wins. Plus it gets us back to streaming again, which, we miss you guys. Yeah, I'm not mad at this decision to go metallic with these things. You can always unmetallic them later. Excuse me. We're getting the job done. Oh yeah, right. Justin also has his last final that day. But then he's done for a couple months. Which is great. Get him to work in the Video editing minds. I wish it were that simple. So you just go dig up a video rather than, come up with an idea and execute it. Crashboom asks, excuse me, have you ever watched any of Matt Colville's Running the Game series? It taught me a lot about GMing, D&D related, but still relevant. I've heard the name, Colvin. I think he's the, remind me which stream / thing he does. I think he's the guy who wears the baseball cap, right? Because if so, yes, I have. Yes, very good. I don't think I've ever encountered a here's how I X, Y, and Z of his that I've not enjoyed. Oh no, not him. It's a different guy. Okay, well then. I will have to check that out. It is a familiar name though. I must have heard it somewhere. Okay. Well, there's now, if you can see here, there's these two. I've never really known what these two things are. They look like these baubles, or like something that's like he's grown over them. I don't know what they are or what color they should be. So I'm just gonna knock them out with this plate mail here and see how that feels. Don't think, just do. Push paint around. I'm not mad at it. It's not super interesting, but does it have to be? I don't know. We'll come back to it. We'll ponder on that one. Because now's when things get real fun. Edge highlighting 1,000 ropes. Let's go. So, I've got this, what is it? The British uniform. Sort of light brown. Do I want to go darker on that? No, it's good. And we're just gonna fucking knock them out ropes. And then do the same thing again, even lighter, with hemp rope. Because that's just how I like my ropes to look. Is it unnecessary? Yes. Necessary? Is it necessary that I drink my own urine? No. But it's sterile, and I like the taste. 20 points if you can tell me what that's from. Do not take that quote out of context. I do not drink my own urine. He has a, Crespu says, on Matt Colville again, a YouTube channel called Matthew Colville. Well, there you go. It's right on the tin. I'll check it out. It's not ringing a bell now, but I thought it was somebody else. But we'll see. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I will check it out regardless. Because it sounds like what we're into. Patches O'Houlihan, nicely done. 20 points to Sam Sandell. House Sandell, 20 points awarded to Gryffindor. Patches O'Houlihan. That's one of mine and Raj's favorite little inside jokes. Anytime someone says the word necessary, one of us inevitably says, necessary? And things get awkward. Yes, Yuri's playing BG3 right meow. It is insanely good. I got fully hooked onto it when it first released. Through like solid 100 hours into it in like 2 weeks. Then I had to stop. But I've been slowly chipping away at some quests again. Bit by bit. I think I'm getting near the end, but Justin keeps trying to spoil it for me. He does that. He does that a lot. especially of our own show and story. It's like, oh, can I tell you this really cool idea? I'm like, no. If I know about it now, then I don't get to see how cool it is when it happens. And inevitably, it's way cooler when it happens. But he likes to torture me. So many ropes. There's just like no strategy to this. I'm just going. That part scares me though. I'm gonna go back to the top. I know you have good ideas that you want to share, Justin, but I also want to experience them with everyone else. When's the co-op BG3 campaign stream? Now there's an idea. Oh, that'd be super funny. Get everyone to make their campaign character from Fallout in Baldur's Gate. We actually did, because we do have a offline, just us guys from the channel play Dungeons and Dragons too, and we tried okay, everyone make their character. It was super fun, but of course, inevitably, just like real D&D, it's impossible to find times to get everybody together. And then you're like, well, we should just play regular D&D. That would be fun, actually. Maybe if we need to push another week for Raj's guts, maybe we'll do a Baldur's Gate one-off episode. There are so many ropes. I should probably be doing this more carefully. Smaller brush. This is actually the smallest nice brush I have right now, and it's like a one. I ordered some new brushes, some new cheap brushes that were supposed to show up today from JeffreyBezos.com, but they have not arrived. So I'm edge highlighting with the world's largest brush. And as happy I am with this model, I'm just really excited to get it like close to done. And I'm sure I'll go in and, is a model ever really done? I mean, yes, you should definitely stop painting your models, but sometimes you just need to do a little spot check. Definitely gonna varnish this beast. But that will come later. I really wish I had a smaller brush. It's like a painting challenge. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Okay. Making progress. It's a slow process. I need to write, play a Call of Cthulhu campaign, paint, play Dark Tide so you can shovel heretics. Craspu, you are busy. Who needs sleep? Yeah, there you go. What's the saying? Sleep when you're dead. But sleep is actually very important. You should get some sleep. That all sounds like a lot of fun, though. Out of like, all the things you could have to do in a day, those are pretty awesome ones. I'm sure there's, life math stuff in there too. Okay, yeah, so maybe we won't be able to do all of these rope details because this brush is just so fucking big. But we'll do what we can right now. Bezos! I mean, curse Bezos for a lot of reasons, but right now, particularly. Listen, pal. If you're gonna exploit capitalism to its nth degree, at least get me my shit here on time. Ooh, yeah, some of these are small. But it's going to be worth it with that second sort of yellowy green. I think it's more of a yellow than a green, but it's kind of right down the middle. And it just looks so good. As a rope. Reminds me of building a tree fort as a kid. You know it's a good time when a color gives you that. iScore on a side note, can't wait for tomorrow and Rogue Trader on PC. Wait a minute, what am I missing? What? Is there a Rogue Trader PC game? What does that even entail? That sounds interesting. In the meantime, started playing We Happy Few. It's a fun and interesting world something. I can't see. I have to scroll. Interesting world. Good story. Warhammer RPG. Okay. Interesting. There's a couple 40K / Rogue Trader RPGs I've just recently been made aware of through some guys in excuse me, in my little crusade group through the GTA 40K group that I had no idea existed. It's actually quite interesting. One of the guys is looking to do a campaign, like an RPG campaign, and then when like shit pops off, you play an actual game of 40K, or like Aeronautica Imperialis, or whatever the game system might be, which sounds super cool, and I would be all over that. Which did give me a similar idea, which I guess is just kind of the Fallout Wasteland Warfare RPG, but sort of incorporating a more role-playing-y sort of aspect. And then knocking around some Fallout Wasteland Warfare rules. Kind of a hybrid mission. Could be cool. New guy, who dis? Ryan Gale, how's it going? Good to see. Oh, sorry, just Gale. You don't like it when I use your full name. It feels like I'm getting you in trouble. Major Gale. Reporting for duty. Good to see ya. How are ya? Thanks for tuning in. Speaking of trailers, yes. Oh yeah, you missed our we went down that hole. Yes, sir. Yes, excited and nervous is the general thing. I don't know anyone more nervous about it than Justin is. I can tell you that much. I don't think. He has strong feelings. I do too. But as mentioned, I'm going in with it with all the hopes in the world. I think whatever we get will be interesting, to say the least. And I'm here for it. Ooh, that's a tiny one. Oh my goodness, gang. Yeah, some of these may just be too risky. That's okay. We can get a hell of a lot done here. probably ambitious to tackle this many details in one go anyway, but you get a good amount of them done. Blame it on Bezos. I know it's in your bones, Justin. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show. It's got Walton frickin' Goolgans in it. Sign me up. As a frickin' bounty hunting ghoul. Into it. But yeah, I'm hopeful that we'll get, and like, I don't see why not. I didn't talk about this in the 76 teaser video I put out last week because it needs to be addressed on its own. That it's gotta happen, right? Like the Fallout TV show's coming out. We got new waves of Wasteland Warfare coming out. Like, if not now, then when? Like, there needs to be a fucking Lucy, the Ghoul, Maximus, and the Dog box set. And if there isn't, fuck it, we ball. We fucking rage. Because there's no reason that we don't get it. If it doesn't happen, it's insane. It would be such a fucking wasted opportunity to actually like take this game from fucking obscura to fucking something that people care about. Like, if not now, then fucking when? Like, if this show does good, there's a lot of people who had no fucking clue what Fallout was, who suddenly get hooked. So let's go. Let's do it. More on that to come. Ooh, these are ropes. My God. Scott James says, I ran a campaign for Exodus, the Fallout RPG that never was. Ooh, tell me more, tell me more. And use minis and terrain to play out combat. This was pre-Wasteland Warfare minis 2. Oh, nice. Yeah, that sounds very familiar to something that myself and Justin did. Yeah, originally using, God, I guess it was one of those, it was one of the Fallout pen and paper ones. It wasn't Exodus, but it was, I think it was Fallout PnP or GURPS or Dungeons and Deathclaws, like one of those. Yeah, and yeah, significantly different now with actually licensed products. What a time to be alive. Ooh, dolly. We're just crushing through on these. We did play it drunk once, Justin. We did indeed. I believe that's where the character of Meryl first came from. This was in the early days when we did our best writing, when we were twacked. It's like Rolling Stones or something, but far less interesting. Okay. Well, we're getting sort of down to the wire where there's not a lot more of these ropes that I can sanely tackle with a old 1-gauge brush that's doesn't have a tip on it anymore. And while this fucking guy just comes off his base. But we are in damn fine shape. We can do at least a couple more of these here near the top. Oh, and I noticed there's one of these baubles that I missed. Clean this out. Ugh, paint water's nasty too. But that's okay. We're coming up to the hour mark here. Was ambitious to think we could get them done in one. It'll have to go on to next week, but that's okay. This also gives me more time to think about what paint project we're gonna do next after this, because I'm gonna keep these going on a more regular weekly stream now. At least attempt to, or endeavor to. And I'm curious about what we might do next. I got a couple options sitting on the shelf of shame over there. One of which being the Enclave Deathclaw, which could be a lot of fun. As well as some call to arms stuff, which could be kind of neat, but getting ahead of myself on that one. We'll do a couple more of these ropes and we'll call it a night here today. But then, yeah, we're just some dry brushing and a better brush away from, like, I keep wanting to do this patch, but I know I'm gonna screw it up. So that's all right. But that's okay. We pushed some paint around and we've made some progress. Like I say, this is the most hobbying time I've had in quite some time. Because of this stupid shake and not having any fucking detailed brushes, I've not really been able to do a whole lot of work. Knocked out a bit of work on the Tau Combat Patrol I'm working on for Justin. Just enough to get, base layers on everything and say, they're battle ready now. But other than that, this here is the most painting I've done in weeks. So thank you all for getting on the road with me again. Got some fun stuff I'm hoping to crack on to for other channel projects. Just built a bunch of the Capital Wasteland stuff that I've been putting off. There's some interesting battle report ideas I've had cracking around. Might take a little while to get them actually out, but like I said, getting that mojo back. And that's what it's all about. And these painting streams, I think, are going to be a good way to help with that. Ooh, no, it's too detailed. Too detailed! Me cannot do. Oh, great. Now I'm using my glove to spread silver around on the wings. Oh, no! I got silver on his goddamn wings. That's okay. How did that happen? The glove has betrayed me. Damn it. Well, looks like we're not wrapping up yet. We gotta repaint some wings. It's okay. It's actually not the end of the world. I noticed before it got too bad. I was about to put my thumb like right on his head and I was like, we can course correct this. Not the first time we've had a Swan related catastrophe on the channel. But you will, Justin. Justin has never played 40K, but he's interested in the Tau. Found a good deal on the Combat Patrol. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the thing. Oh yeah, we're fine. Might have to go 2 layers on this just to counteract the sheen. But we'll be fine. It's not like it's on a super noticeable part of the model or anything. Trying to retain some of the definition, or keep the definition, I should say, between, yeah, there we go. Twixt the feathers. Oh, that could have been a lot worse if I didn't notice that when I did. Let's get, probably want to do a final spot at the end of the feathers anyway, before varnishing them, just so they're fresh. Because yeah, I was originally thinking about a wash, but I kind of like how much it pops off the model. And I got some on the tire too. So good, black and white, super easy. We can clean that up. Some Black Legion. Oh yeah. Let's get that down. Really mute that. Whoa! Dropping my brush. Dropping my brush. Oh, this works. Go. Nice. Just give it a quick dousing on the top here. Tire together. I'll have to go back in with the small brush anyway, so not a big deal. Bezos! Son of a bitch. Okay. Well then. Managed to unfuck this situation. Slightly. Whew. I think we're gonna call it there before I do any more damage. Dang, gents. Kyle Johnson says, I recently found out the war game based on the Tim Burton film Mars Attacks is now public domain. There's a war game based on Mars Attacks? Holy shit, I think we need to play that. That's amazing. That is amazing. I learned so much in this stream today. So much about the Warhammer RPGs and Mars Attacks. I feel like there's another revelation in there that I've forgotten. But dang, y'all, we are... Now it's official. We're one away from Swan, and I am so stoked. Cannot wait to put this bad boy to bed with you folks. A little bit of surgery, and he's going to be good to go. But that's going to do it for our painting stream today. But we're going to be back on Sunday with Ask the Overseer. If you're just tuning in now, we're not going to have the regular 2D20 show on Sunday because Raj is still recovering from surgery. But instead, myself and Justin will be here on stream to have a chat and talk about GMing, running streams, being best friends, whatever it is you guys want to talk about. In fact, if you have any questions, you can send them in on our Discord in the Fistful of Neutrons sub-thread there, or send them email to wgnewsradio@gmail.com. If you send the questions in, we will guarantee we will do our best. We'll guarantee we'll do our best. We'll do our best to read it live, and we'll put priority over the emailed ones is what I'm trying to say. So if you send them in ahead of time, good chance we're going to read it live. If not, just come on in, hang out, and send us your questions while we're doing the thing, and we'll have a chat. Probably won't do it for too long, but, you know, we'll sit around for an hour or so and shoot the shit, as it were, and talk about railroading versus the open world, bartering, how to handle merchants in between sessions, all that fun stuff. If you've got questions about GMing in general, or 2D20 specifically, or any of the games we play here on the channel, come on in, have a chat. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, please do all the questions. Send them all in. We'll have a chat. It'll be a good time. Thank you all for tuning in today. Mad's Destruction in the house. I Score Peaks. Kyle Johnson. Craspu. Scott James. Sam Sandell. Major Gale. Oh my goodness, we had everybody in here today. There's more I'm forgetting too. Zach Posey. I Score P. Keximus Maximus. And I think we had the Enclave show up in here as one point too. So Craig Steinhoff, all the gang, thank you all so much for tuning in. Sunday, Ask the Overseer. We'll see you then. We're going to get Swan done next Wednesday. Hang on for that. It's going to be a good time. And in the meantime, get painting. And WGNR. We'll be back. Bye-bye.